Testing, test 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, turn that down just a bit. Should be working. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're gonna be doing another late night stream. Jumping back on Patreon commissions, I am going to be working mainly on Chronox, which was on one of the last Patreon lists. I admittedly completely fucking spaced on finishing it, so apologies. I'm going to be doing that, and then going to be working on this OC ATU, because I finally got the notes back on them, so I know what to do now and I can actually finish them. Other than that, depending on what time I finish each of these, we're going to be jumping back onto the Fusion we were working on last night with Fusion Lab. Yeah, that's about it. For those who don't know, this is a focus mode stream. If you don't know what a focus mode stream is, essentially the primary focus of these streams are to get work done. I don't have a cam going. I'm not really paying much attention to the chat, and I'm not really talking that much. Especially since with last night's Fusion Lab stream, I kind of burnt my voice out a little bit, because we ended up just talking about fusions and stuff for a while. So, yeah. It's gonna be kind of quiet tonight. Apologies. If you guys do have any questions that you're really wanting me to answer, or anything like that, I would suggest super chatting. That way it gives me a read out notification and I hear your question. So yeah, other than that, we're just gonna jump right into it. Oh, also, to help me focus, I'm gonna be playing just spooky music, so apologies if no one's really into that. to actually export the last couple drawings, because I never did, because I'm a fucking dingus. So y'all are gonna see the other commissions on screen for a moment or two. Hello, Jack. Also, oh, he remembered Ash? What do you mean? Who remembered me? You remember to export things. Finally, am I right? For any of the people receiving the files as I'm sending them right now, I'll be sending the versions with backgrounds later on. Oh, there's lyrics. All the others I already sent out. Kenem, Drazen, did I send your boys? Hexaboss, Night Owl, Temporal Anomalies, Brenda Jet Ray. Pretty sure I already sent them. And it used to be you and I. And it used to be you and I. sure he's... Josie did got the gel pretty cool. Just the Jello at Amiku, cool. I do need to send Dylan his protoform still, but I have to do an email to do that because he's not on the Discord. The bot, the Peridot, and the Skelly Jelly. Alright, cool. So I just need to do the background versions, send those out later, and then send the protoform via email, because Dylan is not on the Discord. Protoform? Yeah, this is the protoform. He's had me do 2 protoforms. The next thing I have set up for him is a ATU to Q-Star transformation. And then an ultimate of it after that. Which, just a reminder, if there are any people or any barrel tier patrons watching, if you guys haven't already sent in the info for your next commission for September this month, just make sure you do when you get a chance. I'm gonna be updating my list all the way until the end of this week, and then posting it up in the commissions tab. I do still have to work on the August ones, of course, so there's no rush whatsoever. It's 8 a.m., not night. Well, it may be for you, but it is 2 a.m. for me, so it is night for me. Alright, back to this boy. Let's see who's working on the ribs. Shit. Dude, you should definitely get some sleep. Alt. Going without sleep can fuck you up. If anyone knows, trust me. So much hair. Apologies for the yawning. Seems as though my tea is not taking effect. Damn, 6 viewers. Yeah, no, it's a lot of the time people find these streams boring because I don't talk that much, just working. So it's understandable.
Drink some caffeine, bro. Get something like Mountain Dew.
I appreciate the thought, Kenem. The only caffeine I let myself ingest is caffeine I get from tea. The more natural caffeine, it's better than like non-natural caffeine, I guess. I stopped drinking coffee and energy drinks and shit like 5 years ago because I was a lot more of an insomniac back then than I am now. And the only way I stayed awake was through caffeinating myself. I stopped because I actually had a heart attack. So now the only caffeine that I let myself ingest is caffeine from tea, and then like if I do get caffeine from soda in any way, it's like ginger ale. It's not that Okay. It was like 5 years ago. I'm fine. My biggest health problem currently is just that I'm fat. actually did used to go to the gym before COVID started happening. We had a membership at 24 Hour Fitness. And I would go like 3 days a week. I was on paleo as well. But whenever COVID started happening, food got a little bit less selective as people were fucking buying all of it. And that just got me back into like bad eating habits. So most of my diet at that time was like ramen noodles and shit. Apologies. What I had said was because of COVID, I stopped going to the gym because COVID, and that with people buying up all the food and shit in panics because of COVID, I ended up not really having a big selection of things to eat, so being on a diet was a bit harder. And like a big chunk of my diet during the first couple months of COVID was like ramen noodles and prepackaged shit, so... It just got me back into bad eating habits that I need to get back out of.
Don't forget to fucking save.
Fuking? No, I got you. I'll make sure to. I'll make sure to fucking save.
He and Angie boy.
Angie? This is Angie. Angie boy. You know, his entire mind and being is like being absorbed into this heartless creature. He's kind of transforming. He's drawing his sword to fight back against it. You talking about vigilantes? If so, don't fucking spoil anything, please. I have the manga, but I haven't read it yet. Vigilantes, I originally did want to wait until it was animated, but that looks like it's still probably going to be a few years out, considering they're still working on the main series anime, so I'm getting the manga and reading it. I have all the way up to book 10 currently, I just haven't read it yet. I was gonna wait until it was over because someone said it was close to ending, but apparently not. So... Yeah, Damien, that's fine. It's not like I've trademarked that or anything. It's not like the Kirby dots. It's not known as like the Ash Splash or anything. Oh, just the name of the current arc in the anime. Well, I would say as well, like, don't spoil it. I haven't watched it. Don't say it's disappointing. That's fucked. What the hell? Do a shit like that. This is not me going at you or anything. This is just in general for anyone that does this. Don't start shit like that. Like, don't. For one, that's already in spoiler talk territory, so that's kind of like, what the fuck. But don't start with like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say anything about it, but it was really disappointing. Don't set up an expectation for something I haven't seen yet. That's shitty. Now I'm gonna go into it being like, oh fuck, well I'm gonna be disappointed at some point. I wonder when. Watch a stream of you just making backgrounds. You know what? I actually should do that at some point, just making a shitload of stock backgrounds that I can just grab and plug and play into whatever I'm needing. That's actually a good idea. Thank you, Carbon. Did you get the reference images I sent? I believe so. Let's see. For these. Yeah, I see him right now. Those are good. Thank you. Checking a message real quick. sorry. Oh, carbon, actually, that is a very good idea. There you go. It seems like we're fine at the moment, so nothing to strike right now. Not disappointing at all. It's an odd rearrangement of arcs in the current season that left me confused. That is different from the source material. Sorry, Josh. No, it's fine. Which actually, that delves into a little bit of a topic that I like talking about every now and then. That's with anime and manga, sometimes they make different decisions in series, if that makes sense. Essentially, that some of the time when they're adapting, they'll just straight up change a story or something because they want to go a different direction in the anime, or they just have a different plan in general. For instance, the series Soul Eater, which I'm reading right now, which I guess, spoiler warning for Soul Eater. So Soul Eater's been out for over a decade, so I don't feel that bad saying a spoilery thing, especially if I'm giving a warning for it ahead of time too. So again, spoiler warning for Soul Eater, both the anime and the manga. But in that series, at the end of the series, what was it? At the end of Soul Eater, essentially what happens, without giving a bunch of super specific details, is that one of the two main bad guys gets killed off, or in the anime, one of the two main bad guys gets killed off, and then it's just straight up dead, and then they go on to fight the big bad, and they have a very big twist that happens that is not a thing in the manga. Just a giant character developing twist that happens that is not in the manga whatsoever happens. Then the big bad is defeated and the show ends. Now, for frame of reference, before I tell the actual story points that happen in the manga, the point in which that happens, that the anime ends, is roughly around chapter 20 or chapter 21 of the manga. And with the manga, there are 125 chapters. So it got cut kind of early. Which at first I thought it was just because they caught up to it and didn't know what to do and didn't want to mess it up, so they just ended it. But like, by the time the anime, like that part of the anime came out, they were up to like, I think at least chapter 57. So, I don't know. But essentially, in the manga, with the actual story, the first bad guy, big bad guy, does get killed, but sacrifices themselves to resurrect themselves as like a weird fusion monster thing that is there for the whole rest of the series. And then the big bad ends up beating the ever-loving shit out of all the main characters, and then just like goes off to do his own thing, and the characters have to like fix themselves up for like a dozen chapters before trying to take him on again. And that's the most notable difference, is because like where the anime ends, that is not the case in the fucking least for the manga. And I find that so funny. Manga is the original vision of the creator, also production is faster. No, I get that 100%. The same type of thing happened with Full Metal Alchemist. That's why I like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood more than the original animated series, because Brotherhood covers the actual story. But with Soul Eater, apparently they were working with the original author with the way they were adapting the anime. And that's how they chose to end it, and I don't really know why. Because a similar thing happened in the spin-off series Soul Eater Not, which again, spoilers for Soul Eater Not, I guess. For those who don't know what Soul Eater Not is, it's a prequel series that it follows a completely different cast, and is more of a slice of life than it is a shonen. Honestly, it's just a cute little series set in the Soul Eater universe that I really enjoy. No, but yeah, it's the manga for that goes on for, I believe it's like 75 chapters. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure, because I don't have all of the Soul Eater Not manga yet. There's only 5 volumes, and each volume has like roughly 7 chapters in it. Actually, no, that probably equates closer to like 45 to 50 chapters. And apparently the anime, which is only 1 season and only 13 episodes long, the anime only covers like the first 7 chapters, I believe. So I'm just like, huh. What the hey, anime hey? And like, that's just where it ends. There's no more plans to keep making more or anything. So I'm just like, what the fuck? And I guess that's just what they want to do with some series. I find it weird with Soul Eater, they could have been banking for like quite some time with the Soul Eater franchise, but they were just like, no, we're good. We're good. I find it especially weird because they're even doing a re-release of the manga and dubbing it Soul Eater the Perfect Edition, where it's like reformatted for larger pages with the translation team that did the anime relative to the manga production company having people do it. Kenem, I didn't even diss Fullmetal Alchemist the original. I said I just like Brotherhood better. I wasn't dissing it. It's not terrible. It is just not the one I prefer. Because the story that the author set out to do is the one in Brotherhood. Like, you can even look back at like interviews and stuff, and the author was just like, you know, with the anime, like, they caught up and they wanted me to like rush out the rest of it, but I wasn't ready to do that. I didn't want to mess up the story, so I just told them to do it as you want. Like, I'm not giving shit to it at all. I'm just saying it's not what the original intention of the story was, and that's very evident because it was written by a completely different team, and you can really tell. I'm not saying it's bad. I like the original Fullmetal Alchemist anime up to, like, I'd say halfway through season 2. But then after that, I was like, I just didn't like it as much. It's not terrible. I still watched it. I enjoyed it, but then Brotherhood came out, and I was like, I like this more. Sorry. Again, I'm not talking shit on it. It's just I prefer the actual full story. It's a better story. I'm sorry. In my opinion, at least. You know what they say about having an opinion on the internet, oh boy. Technically, no, they did change it from the manga a bit, but it's mostly the same. Okay, so you weren't dissing it. But and you Omega right after. You say they changed it a bit. It's a completely different story. What do you mean a bit? multiple characters die in very different ways and at different times. Brotherhood's a bit different from the manga. It's mostly the same. Well, that's a thing with adaptation. Certain things are going to be slightly different. I mean, hell, that's like the shit with Pokemon. How Brock loved those tasty jelly donuts whenever he was very clearly holding onigiri. Fight between it's not a fight, it's just a discussion. I'm not fighting in any way. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying I prefer it. They're both very good. Okay, in that instance, I'll even give a solid compliment on the original Full Metal anime. Is that I liked that they took their time with stuff. With the original anime, they had a lot of time to play with because they knew they were going to catch up to the actual story in the manga if they weren't careful, and they did. But because of that, they spent a lot more time like on filler stories or just spending time in general on stories. For instance, the Father Cornello thing, which is like literally the first fucking episode, the Cornello story of like him with the fake Philosopher's Stone, tricking the people in the town, Ed and Al trying to like get the stone from them and figuring out it's a fake and all that shit. That whole story in the original anime is it's either 2 or 3 episodes, and it's fucking amazing. I love it. I love how it's paced. I love all the character shit that happens, and it's great. It's great in the original. But then in Brotherhood, it literally is only about 10 minutes in the first episode. The entire story is only 10 minutes in the first episode. And that actually made me very sad because I liked that story. I like how they handled it. They also changed it slightly and made Cornello turn into like a giant monster thing, which didn't happen in the original. So, yeah. So that's a bit of a praise moment for the original Full Metal. I like that a lot. There's just certain stories that you got to see with the original that you didn't really get any coverage on in Brotherhood because they had the overall plot and they were like trying to make sure they got to it before the end of the show. Discussion's what I like to encourage. That's because it's just discussion. It's just talking about the series, and I think it just shows how good a series is if after all these years people are still talking about it. Full Metal Alchemist legitimately I think is like one of the best anime of all time. Which I know that's probably a bit preachy, but still, I legitimately think that. I think it's great. Very well written, characters are fucking lovable as shit. The comedy and timing and shit is really good. And it's a fabulous starter anime. I know, what is it? One of my IRL buddies, Sean, he just started getting into anime because he was homeschooled and didn't learn about anime until like the last few years. But as a starter anime, I gave him Full Metal. I explained to him, like, hey, if you're gonna watch it, I would suggest watching Brotherhood first, only because fucking that's the full actual story. If you end up not having time to watch all of both series, at least watch all of Brotherhood so you get the whole story. But he ended up watching both versions. He prefers Brotherhood, just like me. but yeah, no, it's a great anime. God tier anime, I think. Full Metal Alchemist. And when I say that, I don't mean specifically the original or specifically Brotherhood, just in general. One thing that was original to 03 that I wish they kept in Brotherhood was Ed and Roy's alchemy duel. Yeah, that was a good one too. Again, that's just one of those little moments that they jumped over in Brotherhood for time. Actually, another gigantic one in fucking between the series. The whole Shao Tucker story with Nina. With Nina becoming a chimera, dude. In the original, that's like 4 episodes. That's a great, like, you actually get a little heartwarming story with Nina and Ed and Al and Shao Tucker and talking about their wife and just living around Central for a little while as they're doing their alchemy testing and research and stuff. And then the big old twist with Shao Tucker happens, and it's so heartbreaking because you spent time with Nina, and it just makes it so much more painful when that twist happens. But in Brotherhood, that's all one episode. It still hits you, but only if you're really a Full Metal fan, or like if you're new to the series and you watch Brotherhood first. And you see that episode, it'll hit you probably in the sense of like, holy shit, that's really dark, instead of like the heartbreaking, oh my god, no type of feel. So that's another thing I'll give the original over Brotherhood. Edward, Big Brother. It was sadder too in the original because whenever Scar comes by and takes care of Nina and puts her out of her misery, he spends more time like just standing there kind of monologuing and talking about his story and everything and why he's doing his shit, instead of in Brotherhood where he just kind of shows up, does a face, I think he says like one sentence and then kills her. And I was like, fucking no. Scar, please. Don't do it. I mean, do it to put her out of her misery, but like, fuck. Don't try to look badass while you're doing it. Do it out of pity. My current mood. I don't like when people prompt up one series in order to downgrade another. Well, that's the thing too, is I'm not meaning it in that sense. If it comes across as that, I apologize. I like both series. I just prefer Brotherhood. I don't like saying it's better. Well, a part of me likes saying it's better, but like not in a real sense. Plus, Barry the Chopper was way better. Okay, here's my thing. So, I think Barry's... like how you're saying the first appearance. Barry's first appearance, 20 times better than the original. But I feel like Barry as a character overall was better in Brotherhood. Like, they just did more stuff with him. They gave him funnier interactions and shit. Like, they had him living with those two Chimera guys, which I thought was really fucking funny. He was great in Brotherhood, just in a different way. He really was. He was a lot more psychotic in the original. Brotherhood, they make him a lot more of a comic relief character. In the original, he's a complete psychopath. Like, he is Barry the Chopper. General Twitter anime discussion. I'd be more happy to discuss a series I like/dislike in good faith. Well, that's the problem, is that you're doing it on Twitter. That's the biggest problem right there. Watch a stream with Ash in it and take a drink every time he says, okay, here's my thing. That's equivalent to how people back in the day would say the same thing about every time I'd say God damn it. Because a lot of people would make me say God damn it. Still do, it's just people don't meme on it as hard now. Have a good one, Diesel. The 2000, let's say it again. I mean, I'm going to. I have very limited vocabulary, admittedly. Why are some lines blue and some lines red? They're on different layers, and I have them as different colors so I can tell where they are. Because I'm going to be erasing some layers, or at least essentially this is for overlapping. If anything ends up overlapping in some way, it makes it easier to erase the overlap so that it works better, if that makes sense. Don't mention money or else someone will give him that amount of it. It's fucking, I'm fine with that. what's another series that you're massive of besides Soul Eater and Full Metal? I mean, I have a handful of series that I fucking love to death, but I would say that Soul Eater and Full Metal are the ones that I've obsessed with, at least for the longest. As far as manga, I fucking love Bakuman. Bakuman is awesome. It's a super inspiring, motivating thing for an artist to read Bakuman, because the whole series is literally just about two dudes trying to make manga, and it's great. It's what like got me wanting to do comics and stuff in high school. Let me think, other manga wise. Another manga wise, at least, would be probably Rave Master, but purely because it was the first manga I ever read, and I like it.
Hey Ash, save night one Sirius, Yago backwards.
Get him, shut the fuck up. Get him, shut the fuck up. God damn you. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Rave Master. Rave Master was the first manga I ever read. I got it at my middle school library. And I was like, this looks interesting. And I read it, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I read all the way up to volume 32 of 35. And never got to finish it because I couldn't find the books anywhere. And I still haven't finished it. Currently, I'm trying to buy the entire series again so that I can read through it. I only need 7 more books, and I have all of them. Which I can get them. I could order them right now. The problem being is that the ones that are left that I need are very pricey because the series has been out of print for years. So the only copies of them left are like collector's editions and shit. And because Fairy Tail is such a fucking popular series still, and it's written by the same person, like people that have those collectible copies and are selling them expensively, they're not going to let them go for cheap. I think the cheapest one right now of the ones I still need left is like $56 plus $14 shipping. So the most expensive I think is like $340. Mind you, those are for a single book at a time. Manga wise, I really think that's it as of right now as far as series I would have like obsessed over, because I read a lot more manga back in school, but I haven't read that much since being out of school. Back then I would read literally anything. It's like, if it looks like anime, I'm gonna read it. I know one thing that people give me shit for sometimes is that with Death Note, I've never actually seen the anime. I've only ever read the manga. I love it, but I've never watched the anime. People say I'm crazy. I was like, okay. I also like the Netflix movie, but not in the sense of it being Death Note, in the sense of it just being a really shitty, like, horror movie. Have you seen Skullface bookseller Honda-san? I've actually seen a couple panels of it. I've never read it, though. It looks funny. The author of Rave Master is one author that we'll always respect, because despite how you view the series, like Fairy Tail will be willing to work his butt off for a new series. That's fair. I know he has another one that I think he's either trying to get off the ground or has been going for a while, called Eden Zero, which is essentially just fairy tale in space. A lot of his series are very similar. But, like, he's doing what he loves, so who gives a shit? People like it and people keep fucking buying his stuff. It doesn't really matter. Looks down at you. You haven't seen the anime. Disgusting. I haven't. I've read the manga all the way through, like 3 times. I love the manga. I've never seen the anime though. I've seen the Netflix movie. Does that count? No, I'm kidding. I like the Netflix movie only because I see it as a really shitty horror movie, like a B horror movie. I don't see it as Death Note at all. Especially when they were like, oh yeah, his name is Light Johnson or some shit. I don't Light Smith or something like that. They give him a very white guy last name because he's played by a white guy, and I'm like, okay. It's why is he named Light? And it's like, oh yeah, his mom was a hippie. No, you can't just say that. His dad was like a fucking, like, a drunk cop. There's no way he would have been fine with his wife naming their child Light. Light Turner, sorry. What are your thoughts on the live-action Full Metal from Netflix? I've never actually seen it. What I heard of it is that it's very decent, but other than that, like, not much anything else. Love to see Cyborg 09 or Astro Boy. I've never heard of Cyborg 09. Astro Boy I think would be kind of cool though. I like the CG animated movie that was done like back in 2009. I can't remember if it was done by Blue Sky or Horizon Entertainment. I can't remember. It was something like along those lines. Are you a 5-year-old dude? What do you mean? Oh, goddammit. The CG movie was my first introduction of Astro Boy. I will hold nostalgia for it. Honestly, it was really good. It's done so fucking well. Like, legitimately, I like that movie a lot, even to this day. I rewatch it every now and then. I have it on DVD. It's a very good, like, heartwarming flick to just toss on every now and then. Because it's even got a very good, like, voice cast to it, too. Well, y'all can make Nicolas Cage jokes all you want. He's a very good voice actor. Comm, don't you fucking dare. You really just typed out that whole fucking thing. Also, I will say, that whole fucking Fairly Odd Parents parody Death Note thing, that little animation, that came out like 4 years before the Death Note movie, the live action movie. So the fact that, like, Light Turner ended up being a thing, that's so fucking funny to me. Looking forward to turning indie comics into a show just like Invincible. Invincible's fucking amazing. I'm in love with Invincible currently. I cannot wait for the next season. Part of me really does want to get the comics and read them, but a lot of the time with series, if I typically stick to whatever iteration of it I start with, just because that's the original way I experienced it, and that's how I want to experience it. For instance, with Invincible, I started it with the show. I'm gonna keep going with the show. Another one would be My Hero Academia. I started it with the anime. I'm not reading the manga at all. If I read the manga, it's gonna be because I get tired of waiting for the new season. So after season 5 is over, depending on how long it takes for season 6 to come out, I'm probably gonna read the manga. I'm doing that preemptively with Vigilantes, because I really want Vigilantes to get animated, but it doesn't look like it's going to be for a while, so I'm just gonna read the manga ahead of time. Really, I want to watch more anime, I want to read more manga, because at least recently, I've been getting in like a weird mode with anime, where it's like, if someone asks me, or if a stranger asks me, like, hey, do you like anime, or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, I love anime, I'm an anime fan, I love it. But then they followed up with like, oh, what are you watching right now? And I just sit there, I'm like, I haven't watched anything. I haven't actually watched any anime in like months, because my fucking schedule has me so busy that I can't watch shows. So currently I'm not watching anything, and it feels weird. It feels weird being an anime, being a fan of really anything, and like not watching it. You know? It's kind of like in the sense of how some of our fan base still give me shit because I haven't seen all of Ultimate Alien. Like, I love Ben 10, I'm a giant fucking fan of it. I have yet to watch Ultimate Alien, though. I plan on it at some point, I just haven't had the time, or I forget. Watch Attack on Titan when you can. If I were to watch Attack on Titan, it would be purely because Kellen is in it. Like, yeah. Not to give shit to the show. I've tried watching it a couple times and I just couldn't get into it. I like my anime goofy with comic relief, and Attack on Titan does not have much in it. At least from what I've seen. It looks very sad and very serious. I will say though, as far as Attack on Titan wise, I love the fucking stupid meme that's going around right now of the "You kinda smell like a baka. Eren Yeager." Oh god. It has comic relief for 3 seasons. Shit. Might have to watch it then. Closest thing I've seen to Attack on Titan is a meme saying that guy from Good Burger is better than this complex character. You mean Ed? Don't. Okay. Do you watch Owl House? Yes. I am currently caught up with Owl House and am very patiently waiting for the second half of season 2. And then season 3, and then it's going to be over forever. Which makes me sad that Disney only gives shows 3 season chances now, and then they don't do shit with it. Like, it sucks that they... Disney, why don't you give a fuck about your franchises? All you care about is Mickey and making princess shows and shit. I get you make money off of that shit, but, like, you can make so much money off of fucking teenagers and people in their early 20s and shit that like your cartoons still. Gravity Falls, Amphibia, fucking Owl House, come on. I want Owl House and Amphibia merch so goddamn badly, but there is like none. I honestly, the only like shirts and stuff I've seen online for sale for either of those shows are fan-made. I honestly cannot recollect seeing any official Amphibia or Owl House merch. I have seen Gravity Falls, of course. Gravity Falls has some merch, but it took way too fucking long to get it out. Comic TV series that I'm also looking forward to is Something Is Killing the Children. And as a comic / manga fan, I'm good. What the fuck? I love the Tangled show too, and it's almost over. I've never watched it. I legitimately have never seen a single advertisement for it up until like last year. And from what I've heard, it like the first time I ever saw an advertisement for it was last year, and that it was once. And that was it. Other than that, I have seen literally nothing of it. I don't know anything about it. Other than that, from what I've heard, it has like stunning animation. But I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, I decided to continue watching The Owl House because you wouldn't shut up about how good it was. I'm currently on S1E3, so no spoilers, Plaza.
I got you, Kenem. No spoilers on Owl House. People, no Owl House spoilers. See, this is where my thought has gone, in the sense of like just talking about shows and shit right now. It seems as though now that I don't want to say that people don't care about animated content and shows anymore, because some people really, really do. Some people are very passionate about it. I love people that have that passion and strive to get their work done and out there and are successful with it. It's fucking great. But the thing that makes me sad the most is because of like how industry and shit works now, is that the main focus with animation now is like profit over production. And it makes me so sad, because back in the fucking day we had dozens upon dozens of fucking cartoons out. If you were to ask me right now, I cannot name fucking 5 that are currently going consistently. I have no idea. I can give you 5 that I've heard of.
Did you fucking save?
I will save. I will fucking save. I've heard of shows that have been, quote, releasing or something, but not consistently coming out, if that makes sense. Like, it used to be new episodes every fucking week. They'd advertise them all the goddamn time. The last show I remember seeing that with was Gravity Falls. But, like, other than that, everything else now is like I either won't see advertisements for it, or it'll have an entire season get dropped online, or I won't see anything about it, and then I'll find out, hey, here's this amazing show that has 2 seasons and has been going for like 4 years. You should watch it. I'm like, where the fuck was this? I was told nothing. I like that was way too short. Wander Over Yonder, Tron Uprising, and Pen Zero. Dude, Pen Zero Part-Time Hero was my shit. I loved that show. It was so fucking fun. Jumping around to different dimensions and shit. That was a great show. The way I found out about it, though, was because I was an insomniac back in fucking middle and high school as well. I'd be up at fucking like 4 a.m. and it would pop on. And I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I like it. Production is getting too expensive, and that's the reality. See, that's the thing that makes me sad, though, is like, I understand that production gets expensive and everything, but why? Because, like, back in the day, you had to fucking hand draw everything. People that did have computer animation, it was expensive as fuck because it was hard to get your hands on, let alone having someone that actually knew how to work it back then. But now, computer animation and fucking tablets and shit, they're everywhere. This shit is everywhere and accessible to everyone. I'm literally using a completely free program right now. I am using a completely free program right now, and I have been for like 3 years. 5 years, sorry. Why? Why does it cost so much? I get it's a time thing a lot of the time. But, like, why? I honestly think the real of it is just that production and profit. No, sorry, profit over production is what it is, and it sucks. Because if you look at shows now, a lot of the time, like, the most popular ones that are, like, legitimately just good stories and shit that seem like they have passion in them are done by, like, teams of 15 to 20 people. It'll be done by a team of, like, 15 to 20 people. And then eventually they'll start getting more people because they start franchising out and getting more money. But then at that point, it starts becoming about money. Most series just don't get advertisement enough due to negligence from the company or cost. Exactly. And it sucks. Dude, back in the fucking Disney, every show, no matter if it was shit or not, got so much advertising. So much to the point where Cartoon Network actually fucking bought ad space time on Nickelodeon's commercial slots, advertising their channel on Nickelodeon. And it would be like fucking Double D from Ed and Eddie would be the one leading the advertisement, being like, "Why are you over here? Go watch Cartoon Network." And like that just shows that like they it was more of just like passion and just getting stuff out there. Because fucking who the hell picked Double fucking D out of all the characters they had at their disposal at that time to advertise? You know? Damien, don't you fucking dare hit me with that back in my day shit. I know I'm 24. Fuck you. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I hate the fact that I'm only 24 and I have to use the back in my day shit. Because it's true. Like, the industry that I am in, I've been a fan of and been following since I was a fucking kid. So, like, when I say back in my day, animation was treated better, it was 100%. And it makes me sad. Like, legitimately, if I can make, like, a genie wish, or if it was just, like, fucking Wizard of the fucking Backlots van or whatever came up and was like, I offer you the chance to change your life, to be born again, but the main difference is that you'll be born in, like, 1975 or 1980. You're born 20 years earlier. Would you accept it? 100 fucking % yes. Oh my god. For one, just, like, I'd get to live through the golden age of cartoons and shit, and be able to have a career in that time, and it'd be great.
Hey Grandpa, tell us about ye old times.
Shut the fuck up, Kenem. The fact that you're 16 makes me just want to punch you for saying that. Jesus. What was it though? The not to mention just getting to, like, live through the 80s and shit, I think would be cool. But, like, legitimately, God, it makes me so fucking sad. Just wish animation was treated better now. Especially looking at fucking Disney specifically. Dude, motherfucking Disney had dozens of shows out. Not even just animated shit. Like, they had fucking, like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show and shit like that going. The same time they had, like, 12 different animated series going. And that's back when they made fucking shit money. Now, they make all the goddamn money in the whole fucking universe. And they're like, yeah, we'll release 2 movies a year and that's it. That's all we get. Well, here's some Star Wars shit. Here's some Avengers shit. We'll release 20 million new fucking merchandising products this year, but only 2 new movies. That's what you get. Which, yes, Luca looked amazing. It was fucking great. But, like, come on.
Whoa, seems you've gotten violent in your old age.
Fucking Kenem, I swear to God. You bitch. Also, I just realized I put spikes on some of these and not all of them, so I need to fix that. I can 100% relate. Exactly. It just makes me sad. Like, legitimately. I want there to be a new golden age of cartoons and animation in general. The thing I find funny, too, is that fucking, like, with the animation industry and everything, like, back in the day, anime itself, you would only see, like, fucking maybe 5, you would see, like, a handful of anime, and that was about it. Yes, I'm meaning mainly in America. They did still have a lot of cartoons and shit in Japan, but compared to the amount of anime that exist and are produced once a year now, compared to cartoons, and then comparing those numbers to back in the day, holy shit. Legitimately, I've looked up statistics wise, and thank you Gigook for giving me the numbers without having to actually research. Anime started spiking and actually getting popular like at its peak in like 2008, or between 2008 and 2012. There have been more anime produced from 2010 to now than there was before any other fucking time, if that makes sense. So in the last 10 years, there have been more anime produced in the last 10 years than there have in the fucking 30 years prior, which is insane to me. Cartoons, though, it's gone very reversed. I don't know the exact statistics, but if I were to make up like percentile numbers to sound smart right now, I would say that in the last 10 years there have probably been like 100 or so cartoons come out, whereas there were fucking hundreds beforehand. Old cartoons are mostly better versus now. Honestly, like, dude, legit, I love rewatching old stuff because it's still so goddamn good. Yes, some of the context is different, but like, I still love the shit. I've been rewatching Ed, Edd n Eddy on HBO Max like all the fucking time recently in like the last year. I still love that show. One show that I would have loved, I have this thought every now and then of like, if you could take a show but then change the year that it was produced, how much better would it have been? I'd like to take the show Steven Universe and push it all the way back to like 1993 and see the result. For one, I feel like stuff with the LGBTQ community would have been so much better. I'm not saying that Steven Universe fucking is the patron saint of speaking out for those communities and everything, but they help kids understand that shit really fucking well. So, like, that would have been good to have in the 90s. I think, at least. Maybe it's quality over quantity, barring the whole lack of promotion. Well, that's the thing, though, is look at fucking perfect example. The movie Onward, the Disney Pixar movie Onward, which is fucking amazing, looks, oh my god, astounding. It is one of the best movies that Disney Pixar has put out in like the last fucking 10 years. No one talks about it. No one gives a shit, or not that many people should give a shit about it, because they didn't advertise it like at all. I saw one teaser trailer for it, like, before it would even, like, when it was first announced, and other than that, that was it. I didn't know about it. I didn't see Onward until it had already been out for, like, 6 months. It's one of my favorite fucking Disney Pixar movies. It's great. Luca, amazing. Onward, fucking astounding. Disney give a shit about them? Not really. I went to Disney World last year. You know how much Onward merchandise I saw? I saw a plushie of the pet dragon in the movie. And the dad being a pair of pants with a hoodie. That's the only fucking merchandise I saw for Onward the entire trip I was there. And I was there for like 2 weeks. Like, that's all I saw throughout all of the parks as far as Onward merchandise, and this is whenever Onward had been out for at least a couple of months. Do you know how sick it would have been to have, like, for toys wise, they could have literally just made a stick for the staff that they use, make a fucking Phoenix gem, make a toy of Guinevere, fucking make, as far as like clothing shit wise, make Barley's vest. That would have been sick. I would kill to have Barley's vest. It was cool as fuck. But did they do anything with it? No. Is it one of the best movies they've ever fucking made? Yes. Do they give a shit about it? Not really. Saw Onward a couple of years ago. Odin... Onward has only been out for, like, maybe a year and a half. I think. It came out, like, right as COVID was starting. Which, yes, that probably didn't help with advertising and shit, but Disney sets all that advertising shit up, like, at least a year prior. It seems like with Disney, at least, it's like any franchise that can't get them a shitload of profit, they don't care about. They can make profit off it, but unless it's a lot of profit, they don't care. That's why they stick with Mickey and Minnie, or Mickey, Donald, Goofy, because that shit's easy to fucking keep pumping shit out for, as far as t-shirts and stuff. Nightmare Before Christmas, they didn't give a single fuck about it until it became a cult hit. And now, they haven't made a single bit of content for that franchise since the first movie, but they release fucking dozens of new merchandise things for it every fucking year. Sorry I'm ranting so much about the animation industry. It just bothers me a lot. Reminder that setting your canvas to gray helps you reduce eye strain. Holy shit, that's actually a great idea, actually. I'm about to do that. I'm saving real quick. The only thing I don't like about Onward is Chris Pratt playing the brother. I just don't think he fits the role well. I thought he did fucking amazing with it. Like, legitimately. I thought Barley was fucking great. Like, if anything, the only thing I remember complaining about it was, like, in the first 30 minutes, I was complaining that Tom Holland voiced, Ian, because it was very obviously Tom Holland. But, like, by, like, the next 10 minutes in, I got so invested in the story and the world and everything, I was like, you know what, no. I'm completely fine. I'm completely fine with all of this. I think it's wonderful. Now, we're getting a sequel book in 2022 for Nightmare Before Christmas. No, we are not. Don't you dare fuck with me, Tyler. Do not even. I am already upset as fuck that they're going to be making Hocus Pocus 2. I swear to God, if they fuck with Nightmare Before Christmas and fuck it up, I'm going to be so upset. Don't. Let things lie. They can keep making as much fucking profit on as they want. Do not fuck it up. I know I was just saying I want them to do more content and shit, but I was meaning, like, over the years. Before they started doing all the, let's just make a shitload of merchandise every fucking year and bank off of it. I don't want them to fuck it up. Because I have a feeling it's just gonna get fucked up. Legitimately. Like, right now, as far as, like, Disney stuff that's going to be coming out in the next year or two, the thing I am the most worried about is Hocus Pocus 2. I am honestly very worried because I love Hocus Pocus. It's one of my favorite Halloween movies. I watch it every fucking year. And I already know they're gonna have the fucking witches wake back up. And they're gonna do that whole thing of like how they did in the first movie, where they're going around and discovering new shit in the world that wasn't there before. But because they wake up in 2021, they're gonna have like fucking people, like children flossing and fucking TikTok and shit, and it's gonna piss me off. Circling back to Luca, what would you draw yourself as, a sea monster? I mean, yeah, I would do that at some point. That seems cool. Oh, it's a novel. Okay, that's fine. A novel is fine. That's like saying with the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. That's like saying, oh yeah, Silver Eyes is dropping. Okay. Like, if that's not good, I just don't have to read it. It's not in my fucking face as like main canon shit. That's perfectly fine with me. Halloween Town, dog. Oh yeah, dude, Halloween Town is a fucking banger. All of them are. The only one that I wasn't the biggest fan of was Return of Halloween Town, or Return to Halloween Town, the one where they're in college. And the reason I wasn't a giant fan of that was because they replaced Marnie, which the actress who played Marnie has gone on record saying like she was more than happy to reprise the role, but Disney replaced her. Disney didn't want Marnie to be like a essentially they wanted Marnie to be more attractive, because that was whenever they started doing their era of like every fucking teenage girl on Disney can sing and is attractive. So they fucking replaced Marnie instead of like letting her stay just like a chill girl. They wanted to make her hot, so they replaced her, and that sucked. It's honestly very disrespectful, because they have every fucking character played by the same actor throughout the entire fucking franchise except her. One DreamWorks movie disappointing, get enough fanfare, was Rise of Guardians. The movie was potential for a trilogy. Dude, the books, there's like fucking 19 of them. The story of Rise of Guardians is sick. It makes me sad that they didn't do more with it. But that was more of a budgeting thing, I think.
But Ash, if kids don't floss, they'll get cavities.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You can't give any defense, Kenem. You're one of them. You're the problem. It was a joke. It was a joke. Something that I'm actually mad about, because I know it's the dissolvement of Blue Sky. Yeah, fucking Disney bought Blue Sky and then just dissolved it. They were just like, here's a decent animation company that could potentially be competing with us, and people like some of their movies already, so let's buy them, start streaming their movies on our streaming service, and they can fuck off into non-existence. That made me sad hearing that, in all honesty. Blue Skies was a very good animation company. Like, legitimately, some of the movies they made were a little cringy, but like, for children, so it's understandable. The animation's still very fucking good. accuse you that's ageist. Shut the fuck. You were just calling me old fucking man. What do you mean? If anything, you're being ageist, you fucking little whippersnapper. Robots was great. What are you talking about? Robots was fucking amazing. Not even doing a Ash Hates Robots. No, I liked that movie a lot. That movie was phenomenal. And not just because it had Robin Williams and Amanda Bynes in it. You know, fun fact actually, a lot of people don't realize it, is that Robots has a fucking Easter egg to Ice Age in it. In the terminal, or the train terminal or whatever, whenever he first gets to the city, whenever he's asking the breakdancing robot for directions, there's a robot in the background, or like walking past in the background, that looks like Sid the Sloth.
Ooh, a dandelion. Must be the last one in the season.
Also, can I just say, the Ice Age franchise really fucked over Sid, because the first movie was technically supposed to be about him. The first fucking Ice Age movie, like, starts out from his perspective of his family leaving him and him being on his own and everything, and trying to, like, find friends and shit. And it was, like, even whenever the baby shows up, it's still, like, a lot of Sid primarily. But then every other movie was like, fuck them. People like Ray Romano's character more. Let's he gets a love interest, he gets kids. Let's do that. Sid, he's a comic relief. He becomes the fucking Jack Sparrow of our franchise. A character that could have been something much better, but now he's just a joke every fucking time. Which, in that same regard, for Jack Sparrow, over the course of the movies, he becomes more and more of like a fucking parody of himself. And just becomes like a fucking joke. It's like, oh yeah, the funny drunk pirate guy. Jack Sparrow shows up, you know, something funny's gonna happen, haha. Whenever they could have actually done like so much good shit with him. Because in the first movie, he's honestly a very good character. And then fucking over the course of all the other movies, he just gets goofier and goofier, and it just... it sucks. In the third movie, however, they had a fucking moment. I think it's the third movie. It's either the third or the fourth, I don't remember. They had a moment in a deleted scene that, if they would have kept that moment in, could have fucking saved all of Jack's character, like, for over the fucking years. Like, they did him dirty for fucking ever. But, like... God, they did him dirty forever, and honestly, they could have fixed his character complexity and giving a shit about his character with this one tiny scene. There's a scene where he is in like one of the fucking Parliament dude's office on a ship. All the rest of his crew are being held captive or whatever, and he's trying to like work a deal with the guy, and the Parliament dude is talking about how Jack used to work for them, like transporting cargo and stuff, and he's even like, yeah, you used to be a decent sailor and blah 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 blah, and like you would basically, like, you used to do a great job transporting cargo, but then you just stopped working. You didn't want to transport cargo anymore. And Jack fucking turns around, because he was like fucking with a compass or something, being goofy. Jack turns around and with a full serious fucking face, like a not, I'm not fucking around type face, he just says, "People ain't cargo, mate." the guy was referring to Jack not wanting to fucking be involved with slave trading and shit. And that would have been such a cool fucking moment for his character, showing that he actually was, like, he had morals and gave a shit about stuff. But, like, nah, they just straight cut that out of the fucking movie. And that makes me so sad. Because that was such a cool fucking moment. And it was already filmed, too. They said that they cut it for time. They cut it for time. In a fucking 3-hour movie where they have multiple fucking parts where Jack is just running around going, "Monkey!" and chasing a fucking monkey. Like, God, it's just upsetting. They did him so shitty. They did him so shitty. Sorry for ranting about Pirates of the Caribbean. Haven't seen any of those movies, but now I'm mad for some reason. Because they fucking denied a character being a good character and just kept him a fucking drunk goofball. It sucked. Especially because in the first movie, he had like a little fucking mysterious air to him that seemed like he gave a shit about stuff and would help people for his own motives and shit. And like wouldn't reveal them and everything. He had some kind of morals but just wouldn't talk about them. And then they made him a fucking goofball, and then they could have done that to fucking save his character, but no. Funny enough, with talking about Disney, I drew Disney character while watching you. Nice. You talk about Davy Jones, though, I love that villain. Davy Jones was fucking sick. Which, by the way, some people say, like, CG doesn't do well over time because, like, new CG comes out and just looks better and everything. Can we talk about how Davy Jones just looks fucking great forever? Like, to this day, to fucking 2021 standards of CG and special effects in movies, Davy Jones still looks fucking phenomenal. For those who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, Davy Jones is the squid-faced guy. He's essentially the Grim Reaper of the sea. Davy Jones. They could have made those movies so much better. And they just didn't, because they didn't care. Here's my thing, though. If they didn't care, and they weren't making that much money anyway, why keep making them, and why making them worse? Who? Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's a squid-faced man. Well, that's the thing, Sketchy, was he initially was presented as like a secret genius type of guy, being clever and shit. But then it just ends up being he's a fucking doof. That made me sad. I like when characters have development off screens and shit, because then it becomes like a big discovery to see that they've changed in some way, or that they have a cool fucking mindset on something. Pirate Vilgax. Jock Sparrow. I'm gonna drive it. I'm gonna drive it. Ha ha ha. Apparently hit the weekly maximum for donations that have been locked out of Super Chat. Well, Drazen, you have my PayPal. It was a joke. It was a joke. Ow. What I love about Davy Jones is that he's a great parallel to Will, Elizabeth, and Jack's character arc.
Yeah. Honestly, Pirates was not as bad as people say it is a lot of the time. They can be pretty goddamn shitty, but like... mm. Still want an iPad or you got one? I didn't get one yet, no. The main reason I wanted it was so that I could work on my trip, but I didn't have one, so I ended up doing nothing on my trip. I was forced to relax, which it made me not be able to, because I knew I had so much shit I still had to do when I got back. I'm the type of person that likes to get stuff done early, so I don't have to worry about it. Which was why I was on such a grind to try to get like Patreon commission stuff done before going on the trip, because I didn't want to not finish it and make people wait.
Pirates movies have great effects in general. Pirates, Curse of the Skeletons, and what. I liked it. Admittedly, the skeletons look a bit dated as far as CG, but hey, it's still a fun as fuck movie. Also, that's a fucking moment that I think, like, in Pirates 1, that's another moment to boast about Jack with, is that fucking, the whole big reveal of that he was clever as fuck and stole a coin while Barbossa wasn't looking so that he'd be affected by the curse and couldn't get killed. That's fucking awesome. He gets stabbed in the chest, falls back into the moonlight, and then just starts spinning a coin in his fingers. He's like, ha, savez. It was fucking great. I hate drawing geometric things. I hate it in the bones of my face and my body. Sent proof it reached. God damn it, Drazen, really. Jesus Christ. What was the maximum for a week? Okay, that makes sense, actually. 5 a.m. for me, am I okay? I'm fine. I'm surviving. I hope people could, like, fucking feel the fact I was grinning from ear to ear when I said that.
Why'd I make this fucking thing so goddamn geometric? Why'd I do it? Why, I ask me, why? Cannot super chat anymore.
Oh, that's a big dollary bill there.
Drazen, just because you said that, fucking, I want to somehow set it up to where if you donate, specifically just you, if you donate the sound that it plays instead of the coin sound or whatever that it is, it does a fucking, what is the instrument? I forget what it's called. A didgeridoo. It just does the don't use it. Actually, that reminds me of a thing I want to do for a stream coming up. Well, it's not a set plan stream yet, but I want to do some spooky gaming streams next month for October, because spooky month. And there's a game that I'm wanting to play, but I cannot remember the title of it at the current moment. What is it called? It was like something with an S. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Let me open my Steam real quick. I know I added it to my wish list. I cannot for the life of me remember what it is, though. I know Psychonauts 2 just got added to that. Yeah. Stifled. It's an echolocation horror game where it uses your actual microphone in the game. So essentially, you in the game are completely blind. It's a completely black screen. In order to see and to get around the environment, you have to make sound with your microphone, with your actual microphone, to echolocate around the game. And what I really want to do, because there's spooky stuff in the game and noises in the game and everything, I want to set up my donation thing at multiple tiers. Basically, if you donate a certain amount, it plays a certain sound. And like, my computer will pick it up and it'll go off in the game. It'll scare the fuck out of me, I think. I think it'd be very fun. I think it would be a super fun stream if I did that. So is the highest tier that guy screaming over the cliffs? Probably. It'll just be like, oh yeah, you donate $1, and there's like a door squeak or something. Donate fucking $5, there's like a creature growl or something. So yeah, people, if you're interested in seeing me fucking scare the shit out of myself, let me know. Because I definitely want to make that a stream. I think it'd be really fun.
Door does squeak.
That door do be squeaky.
Mm-hmm. Menacing piano.
Let's take the original Chica animatronic, reskin Chica into Ash, and reskin Cupcake's organ. Oh, fuck. That's another one. I'd be totally down with playing Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never actually finished any of those games, even though I like them. Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier, and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's.
I hate drawing strap lines. Now I may be just a simple man, but ain't there a tool in these here art programs that make straight lines that you can curve? Wouldn't that help?
You know what? That's fair. But I forgot that existed. So don't give me shit. I feel stupid now. And it's not just drawing straight lines, it's also, in a sense, fucking making sure they're at the right angles. How about this? How about we do something more along the lines that, oh, fuck this whole thing. I hate how it's looking anyway. Circle. Bigger circle. Erase half the circle.
Welcome.
My monkey brain is geared towards action games to not feel scared. I play like RPGs and shit like that. The closest thing to a horror game I play regularly is probably Monster Prom. I feel like this is like the third or fourth key sword I've had to draw for a Drazen commission.
Raisin, have I done key swords for your guys before? I'm pretty sure I have. Don't forget to save since you only have the sword left. Just to save. Yep, saving. Yeah, just gotta love that lag, right? Sorry. Closest thing to a horror game I play is probably Minecraft. You know what? That's fair, actually. That's fair. I have to agree then. Closest thing to a horror game for me is Minecraft as well. Keyblades are for the weak. Dude, have you seen how big those fucking things are? They're heavy as hell. Keyblades are for the strong only. You have to be able to lift a fucking car to lift a keyblade. Done 2 fusions that use keyblades, I think. This is the 3rd keyblade you've drawn, so I was right. Okay, I'm starting to get tired now. T, you've failed me. Takes another sip. You're still delicious. Did the playlist finally end? The playlist has been going for like an hour and a half. Jesus. Good playlist though. I like it. Back to Spooky Tooth. Yeah, Spooky Tooth. That's the name of this song. So I have to ask, did my simple man solution? Shut the fuck up. Yes, it done did help me, sir. Thank you oh so much. You need to remember, dude, I don't brain. Me brain, no. It's no worky. Half the time.
if they're public work actually. Have a good one, Odin. Saving! Ash talks, viewers 18. Ash quiet, viewers 8. That's usually how it goes. Yeah, 8 people just left. It's whatever. So I'm definitely going to finish the lines for this, at the least. Which will have been, oh my god, almost 3 hours. For fuck's sake. I made this way too complex. That's on me, that's my bad, but god damn it. No, you're good, Drazen. Why isn't Lara Croft a Kingdom Hearts? Because it's not a Disney or Final Fantasy property. Think of the other side? Other side of what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sometimes I wish I could just commission silly things I come up with off the top of my head that I could just run with, but alas, I have too many long-term ideas I need done. I'm sorry. If I fucking had more open available time, I'd be more than happy to take those random funny ideas. Legitimately, I've been wanting to quit my day job so goddamn badly. Once I do, I'll have plenty of time for general commissions again. Do you enjoy your day job? Not anymore. I'm sick of it at this point. Very much so. Very much want to leave. The only reason I'm still there is the security. My friends joke I need to hire a concept artist just to draw random things for me. It's fair. Pity you can't clone yourself like a Splixon. Dude, legitimately, if people ask me all the time, like, what superpower I'd want, I either want cloning, so that I can fucking have one of me go to work, one of me stay home and work on this stuff, or teleportation, just to make transportation easier on me.
What am I drawing? I'm drawing a Kamation.
A big old boy with a big old sword. And a demon trying to possess his body. It's a heartless. He 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 he.
Entire sword in under 30 minutes. God damn. I'm becoming a magician. And because I don't want to have to draw chains, these are now bandages.
You're a wizard.
I'm a what?
A wizard.
What?
Alright, I think we are all Gucci to go with merging. Which actually get a little more detail in some parts real quick. Alright, I think we're all Gucci. Time to march. And thing back. And here we have the. Oh, I forgot. God dang. 35 seconds. And then the icon at the end is Drazen's avatar. So yeah. Here we have the big... Oh god, that got so bright. Holy fuck. Oh, that hurt my eyes. Okay. And with that, that is the line art for Chronox finished. I will do the colors after sleeping and get this boy frunking finished. Because goddamn. I gotta get up, I got a storyboard and beyond, I have a meeting, another meeting, I have a Patron stream, I gotta work on this shit. But yeah, let me do one more save real quick to make sure it fucking... Ugh. Cool. Now, I know I said we were gonna get him completely finished, finish another one, and then work on the egg. I lied. I really wanted to just cut the stream there. No, but that is gonna do it for this work stream, you guys. This was 3 hours. Too fucking long. Far too long. Remind me never to do anything this complex again. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, the ones that have been here. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. Look at this boy, he's so angry. He's a spirit trying to eat my face. Hum nom 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 nom. Deliciosa. Fucking save! I did. I'm saving. Just because it's lagging for you guys. Wow, it says the fucking... Is it that far behind? According to my stream thing, like, y'all are like 4 minutes behind me. Jesus. I think. Is that what it's saying? I think. No, it's like a minute and a half. That's not terrible. So, yeah. That's gonna do it for this stream, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next stream is on Sunday, gaming stream. Don't have anything set in stone yet. More than likely we'll just end up playing some Hollow Knight. Because I really want to play Hollow Knight. I've been wanting to for like the last 4 days, and I haven't, because I promised that I would only play it on stream so that people saw my progress. And god fucking damn it, I hate that I made that promise. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's gonna be on the end of the keychain of the sword. It's going to be Drazen's icon that I already designed for him. I'm just gonna stick it on the end of it. Also, I just noticed that looks really fucking weird. There we go. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I am OR Ash, and God,
And I'm surviving. Are you? Peace. Where's the button? Where's the button? There's the button. Goodbye.